Welcome back. As a part of this video, we'll understand how to delete an element from an array in Python. By the way, what is deletion? Deletion is nothing but a process of removing an element from an array or linked list. In one of our previous video, we understood how to add elements into the array. It is not always we keep adding the elements into array, right? There is a situation where we have to delete an element from an array. In Python, we do have different methods to delete an element from an array. One is remove. The second one is delete. The third one is pop. And the fourth one is clear. What does remove do? Very simple. Remove function deletes the specified element, and whenever a particular element is repeated twice, then it deletes the first instance of the value in a list. Let us take an example here. So you have an array here with some elements 10 to 50. 10 is repeated. When you say array.remove 10, it removes the first element, which is repeated element. Okay, and one very important aspect here is it deletes the element regardless of the index. We are using remove to delete an element from an array. It doesn't matter that element is in which index of an array. We have del array, del keyword removes the specified index. Remove removes the element. But in del, we have to specify the index of an element which we have to remove. So it can also delete the list completely. If you want to wipe out the whole array, you can use the delete. See here, array, we have an array where we have some 5 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. As we already understood, the elements, the indexing is starting from 0. That means first element is there in the index 0 and fifth element is there in the index 4. Remember, del keyword removes the specified index, right? In this case, if I say del array 4, it is going to remove 50, which is a element in the index 4. And if you want to delete the whole array, just say delete array. It will delete the whole array for you. Then we have a function called pop. What does it do? It is used to remove the specified index. It's almost like a del. If you don't specify an index, then it deletes the last element of an array, which is not there in case of del. Let us take an example here. We have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And if you say pop 1, it will delete this particular number. And the result will be 10, 30, 40, 50. And if you are not specifying any index, it will delete the last element of an array. One more option is clear. Clear is a function to empty the elements in an array. So you want to keep the array intact, but if you want to remove the elements, then you can use the clear function. We have an array. If you say array.clear, it will remove all the elements of that array. Let us see all these functions as a part of the hands-on. So I have opened an Jupyter notebook. Let me go ahead and define an array here. So I'll define an array. Array is equal to, you can define an array with square braces. I'll say 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So I'm going to use a remove function here. The way I do it is array dot remove and specify the element which you want to remove. Let us say in this case, I'll remove 20. And if you go ahead and say print array, you'll get to know. Let's say print before remove, print after remove. Let us see how it works. You can see the element 20 is removed from the array. What if I say remove 10 for me? What will happen here? Let us see that. 10. You can see it removes only 110 out of this array. Okay, this is a remove works. The next function is delete. So I will repurpose the same thing. I will do one thing. I will comment this. Let me say del. So as we already discussed, del works based on the index. If I have to remove 20, I have to specify del array 2 because 20 is there in the index 2. This is 0, 1 and 2. Let me go ahead and say 2 and move this print after this. So it is giving me an invalid syntax. That is because I made a mistake here. I have to say del, the small del. Okay. Now if I go and say it works fine. So if you want to delete the whole array, all I have to do is say delete array. Let us see how it works. Del array. Array is not there because here you can see it has deleted the array. Okay. So this is how you use delete. Now what I will do is I'll say print array. Should print it twice. Okay. So the next function is pop. Pop also removes the elements based on the index. Let us say if I say pop array dot pop 1. If I say pop 1, it is deleting the second element based on the index because first element is there in the index 0. Second element is there in the index 1. So let us try one more here. If I say, you can see it has deleted 20. Okay. Let us say if you are not specifying anything, then what it does is it removes the last element. You can see 50 is gone here. So this is one of the important function to delete the elements of an array. The last function is clear. I want to keep the array intact, but I want to remove the elements of an array. How do I do it? Very, very simple. I'll say array clear. And if I print, there are no elements in an array after array.clear function is executed. Awesome. We learned different functions to delete elements from an array. Please do practice. Thank you.